12 days to elections. Nwama ye hwehwe se ebetimi akoyie ama abato ne timai. Nana.
Mark Medasi. Over last week now I have been under the weather seriously.
Oh, Kafra.
I've started best and Thursday hobby, but God being so good and wanting me to help shape the nation. Was sending my back. Thanks be to God. I'm if I go and share one Kasano production team. And Kokukwasha diabolic. Match a TFO, you know. And she moved doing coma or rather cabra from Paul Manson. And then I powerful Jeusu VIP drivers, you know, Titru, Nanapuku, aka De La So, Machiapa, Mama, the Kudu Boko. Mark, energy sector. I am not an expert in energy, and so I may try and pretend to be one. But you say, so what's so mame? Okwa fumu mrakura wo wa that demo. Say, Osha says so opera in a better kankan. And she be a best in fear or trimony. And His Excellency Nanado Danko Kufuado. Or then a party or mobile bem. Now, or mobile and so more or the board the previous administration. EFA Energy Hono was about excess energy capacity. Take or pay agreement, which they felt said it was useless. But Mark, Yambon Kompong Enkoye Chini how Ghana's energy crisis started. The back late in the 90s. Me Banona, my village, there was no light at all. And it was something that I never dreamt that I would live to see light being extended to my village. Now, me back about a decade, I may go back. No. By the time I got there, no, or along the way, no, I saw electricity poles with wires on it. All the way. I was like, wow. Within this short period, me free hono, light about all these areas. Which was under PNDC Rawlings administration. And all this expansion of electricity projects, and say if I stand to be corrected that a self-help electrification, whatever, shelf program.
SHEP.
Yes. And all this expansion projects, you know, and as a programs, you know, were all tapping from the national grid into the electricity expansion. And yet, Western of across the country. So said because the expansion was being done and being tapped from the national grid, the national consumption of electricity had increased. In this time, Rawlings warding a mamona by military, they are civilian. Now there were challenges regards electricity. It was a civilian governance. Now you say, yeah, verse 1992, there was a program called Acapulco Bay. There were soap operas that were being showed on our televisions, and they were the first of its kind. I remember very well. I used to live at Jolu. Now Jolu, no, say my light off or what? Yeah, I would TV no. It is sick money. I cook baby to say La Pass. And you can't who crop on us will be store or as a light or what? They are called plug. None the baby brain. Those days television, 90s anymore. Televisions and cars, na nye bebre say. Enti say ye ma light of ubeti oh yeswa ubeti hey. Ye di musa ma Rawlings ehun said there was the need to augment the capacity that we had at that moment. And he went in for this Italian badge. Is it the Tico or whatever it is? Some badges be more the chassis say or the beboa and or the buy. At least a boakakra but not to the extent as far as electricity expansion was concerned. Na entumi anso ano papa yi. Edidim sama Owura Akufo ebae. Owura Akufo bae no, ono so behu said there were challenges regards the electricity supply. Nti ono nso say, Bui dam na Kwame Nkrumah ehya ase no. Obaga akotoa so, and also be revisited. In revisiting the Bui power plant dam no. Ena ono so hya ase. Now what ase na afede na the issue of electricity dumso it was getting deeper and deeper. Eno taxi Owura Rokumbrobe Tarzan. Wa point ne ko VRA. Say onkohwe na ontutu noma. Wo mrekura Bui dam no so ekoso. Tarzan kotra ho na remember very 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 well. Say he was accused of using monies meant for projects at the Akoto Volvo cars which couldn't do any monitoring. And to me call hinterlands no. There were luxurious Volvo cars no Mokotoye. And no Mokoto power plants and so generators. I wouldn't say power plant generators. Generators ne be good temano. Expert came to tell us say they were nothing to write home about in terms of helping to generate electricity. Nti ebeye ntontra wa emo mo bo ma ne kakeke. Nti o ma panyeko for time ogu Bui dam no so no. And I suffer for so say papa my yenko ne yenko bom paye wo ekosombo. Those were the periods on daily basis you would see the publication on every front page of our newspapers. The level of Akosombo dam. Enti publication no koswa mpaye so koswa and to me solve. Into a mampanku for be fear by no na the issue of doing so no na escalate because the measures that he put in place regards the into a more Owura Rokumbrobe ekotra ho no yen hu so mfaso empire no so yen hu so mfaso nti na ye nyina ye ni da Bui dam no so e na wanwie e na mills e bae nti mills Mahama Misata so bae no na afedie na aye omonyo Bui dam so ye nwie nti they put all their effort in making sure say Bui dam no ye be wie ampa so mo wie Bui dam which was about is it 400 megawatt or so
400 megawatt
nti anu kropo no because na yes according to expert no a new dam nti no they couldn't operate all the turbines at the moment at that moment nti now they started with 1 2 na omukon kakra nti there was the need for more power for this country because we saw many buildings rising up nti baby kropo a memfa say asalam da la boni mo a nanka yenim say edan ya wo ho no yenim omobobia ananka ordinarily no omontwe enamahodin too much but here was the case that within those periods no na sa edan mamanfo to sky rise buildings hotels it means that they were going to consume more electricity nti afede na dum so no emu abayedin nti ebedum pempenso a afede almost every setup in this country was using generator and diesel. On the timetable ever to abonte, that is the NDC government, Mills Mahama Misata. And in fact, it was after Mills' death that the Dumso became something else that we couldn't even handle. And here, yamfa abano one channel. Ya bo Mahama Chisa near Misata ko pim say State of the Nation address, Owura Mahama Beka said, I, John Dramani Mahama, I will fix the electricity problem. The videos are there. Ampanso Osanso Shebo say, I want to be sure or I want to ensure that by the time I leave office, would have had 5,000 megawatts of energy to ensure that we will get some in excess to back up any industry that we set up. Mark Ampampa. What ne osie yo gas processing plant and mills are brasi yakoji $1 billion a day e shase ye be wie ye free ho no power badges ahoro e no shase say all day back and everybody who is right okay I won't use that I will not use that word obi biara o kan okure wo memha he wants to be fair would attest to the fact that before NDC left office, Dumso was a thing of the past, no matter what. The badges were ready, and you been the installed badges after NDC had left office. the power badges, everything that was brought, were ready, they were working. Until October ending, November, December, there was nothing like Dumso in this country.
But not about form. Not and you say as compared to the previous years.
Mark, I disagree completely.
But
when
not about form.
No, I disagree completely.
Yeah.
So okay, say about form, it means that there was more to be done. But Obefi office, no. Now the Dumso had been sold, the power badges had come, they were operational to the point that we had excess energy capacity.
Oh yes. Yeah, a woman say as of January 2017. That the rate the rate na can you do no say na you say 24 hours na perform and they do be about 3 days sa di ma na e ko enu ti na say argument we na the buy na we argument no program there but the reality ne say you can't say a John Mahama administration na nye bibi amfa dum so anso mo free office. That is not real.
The issue of
but as of January 2017, I may not be a part of that history. They say, na kanya no dundum e be 3 days na encore. Yes, that is correct.
Mark,
but then you say call outright and also yeah correct.
The issue of the fact say obi into me can say John Mahama wa nye bibia amfa. I don't want to be speaking like I am speaking for the party. I'm speaking for Ghana, but I'm trying to ensure that the right and the records will be set straight. The issue of the fact Obi can say obi into me try be can say John Mahama wa nye bibia amfa energy no. That is not accurate, like you have rightly said. No. And Lokrepo is not a fair comment. Everything that had to do with Dumso was in place to solve Dumso. Me, that thing, nobody.
Also the power badges were there.
Yes.
And it was the reason.
You see,
because that's our brain.
It would have been different. It would have been different if the power badges came and somebody else came to fix them. But they fixed the power badges, everything. If the new administration came in, and Omoko find one generator a buy to augment what was there already, and can make us a beer or more than buy the Bema doom so try. By NBC, I was saying from 2017 January up to this time, what or how much or how many megawatt have been added onto our electricity by the current administration? Don't forget, say the current administration sought to, accuse the previous administration. Say they have given us excess capacity, take or pay. Now, Omine a boka, and you $1 million or whatever it is every month. And that argument went on for about 4 years. So if the Dumso was not solved, how did somebody then come to say there was excess energy capacity? Mark, my Tremo studio had any other networks what I can say. I would have loved a situation where power badges I can say they buy. American no home corner bado. And can buy be a bar. Would the young taxpayers no? Gigi to na tobacco see region bia. Nti yenya 3 administrators or momedi so entwam no. Nanka possibility say every region one of those power badges no. Nanka beboa o man. Because we are developing. Population is growing. We'll keep on building. We'll keep on putting up industries, etc. Nti we should look into the future rather than say you better who accuse will be say we have excess energy. Now can we be a no rather than we could to part of America and now the Kokumasi. I would say it doesn't make sense. Even a cow boy at the pub do a motor to no party nibi at the Kokumasi no. A car this are badge in the if you take it ban you must akan. You understand? And to me, as I sit here, idea o man penko for babaye. Idea his excellency na do danko kufu do ababaye. A minim say we omo no mo shase omo aye. And as omo no mo shase no omo nwi obi beto aso. There's no way I'll go and sit anywhere and throw dust into the eyes of the people say, "Oh, your friend is saying, Tamale fly over. Mahama mo brain child. Your friend is saying, Takrade interchange. Mahama mo brain child." You'll be ridiculing yourself. A flower pot fly over. There's no way Becca said another Danko Kufado any brain child. A friend is saying, rail from Tema to Mpakadan. There's no way America say another the brainchild. The brainchild is from Akosombo to Mpakadan. Nobody can dispute that. And but I know no more pechobo. And you don't borrow $40 million. Ebeka $398 million now. And no more to from Akosombo to Mpakadan. And now I can say, where are the trains on those lines? Better than tutu. Where are the trains? And now you better to Aba. Or Marco fa a year friends coach Nitini Niti. And then Yanusha and Fifi. Mark, with the population of Ghana, Juma Yedi. Sa train no Modia Ba. 2 coaches spend a shame Fifi. Is it enough to transport the myriads of people or moody drive up and down? Share a real a tremor moon feature. Nina 7 years. You any rehabilitation. And Rabeko far a Mokwaso Kaswa interchange. And they call Ufi La Paz a Malam interchange. Ufi La Paz. And they call Kaswa. Ufi Kaswa. Ede babe fro abesen ko La Paz. Ufri Kaswa ede afas ye man. Ni nyira tete apansam. Especially when am soro a gaps na won finfiri no mark. Enye gaps ketewa. Yes.
Abasa no ma yo.
Mark ko hwe. Nobody is talking about it. Culture of maintenance zero. Say aye worse. Interchange
can. How say omo tutu ya na omo ye.
Mark wo de ko hwe ko fa.
Me fa ho check akra ba.
Enti wo Oman Penkufor ni owura mills na commission yi. Oman Penkufor e na share say under N1. One way na katu na bro no wawie. E na ye de odi free abam. E na Mahama mills beto aso. Nti obeto aso IS omo commission no. E na conference papa wo na wo share say. Ye nko ne nko commission. NPP for say da. Ye ma wo nko. E na kofo say meko. E na omo commission kama. Sa time mo fa sa bridge enche e bia o. Oman Penkufor fi abam na we mobile 20 something years ni. Mark the flyover Fraport na ya no. I can give you said the next 10 to 15 years we be hu the ebe. Because our culture we don't maintain anything. Share kwan e fi circle be say twem wo monim ha aikoi. You want to believe say a kwan way you cannot call it say a kwan a eye. We be do achimote overhead no. Said the why now almost all our areas to say a kankudi fit fi akra guess eba. Uba bedu Kaukudia because pressure will car no they stop one in traffic light no. And one na yet to say erosion will take you over. Decades near 20 something years, it is still the same. So what is wrong with us? And Mark, energy situation na ye woman see ano. Almost say you dum na yen ka say a localized fault. Nti yen dey say na say ya agi atum. Me madam one day. And na me dey abetra hai. O she wa dey me yen ka say na minim. Nti localized fault na say ya mo say yen ka. There's nothing like say you doom like near so na obia what the right to say you doom so. You can say a localized fault. Inti ye de te ha hwe omo. Se mun ko fa badges ni bi meka ho na mo betutu de ho no e de akombe ya mbeya. Na ye besi sa amre mu na mo be ko out of office na mo be ka kire say mo na mo be solve doom so. It's up to you.
Medase kwaku kwashi.
Jerry.
Yes.
Medase. Na ebra menam kwanso me ba na metie radio no so me say na woni obi kasa ha me say me say regional NDC regional obi na kasa obi no kasa in duty na we say na we car be
no ye general secretary at the second hand car dealers association.
Oh I see for a moment I mean to me some NDC regional obi na we kasa. That's what I thought. And sana I mean say okay because some can any as money some customer a NDC for. And mania me already.
Sana my explain
that's what explain. Me no. Me already. Me so NDC ne be na I no pay me come also me be me banahene anyway never. What's I'm friends ahead on matter to once me one man said.
And I
walk as you son on your NDC
business.
Okay. The Catalan wash it. And ya also as an eternal so. Ya so me for say here's a befre a beam, befre banahene beam. Because you man so yama banahene.
Or your political analyst.
Yanko so or remember, but I remember why to the member na ya you man. Only a man kasai no. Na or can be about, but I'm just feeling more can be about say, Baumeka say if the fundamentals are weaker, the exchange rate will expose you. I no credit at the time of Kayano, and I no credit ende. Jerry, into you. Or say if the fundamentals are weaker, the exchange rate will expose you. And it's saying, say when she share a foundation a weaker, adibia pusua oba woso abofem. Enti yenhwe se ebane sen of otena ha meka tete so kase obi no okwadol at 4 and then 16 was say no kasa asem no. Na 4 na eye siende. Ebane sen na the Bamia was right say dollar a fee 1 e could do 4. It will come as a near saline for fuel. That should say the fundamentals were very, very weak. Dollar fee 1 could do 4. A chrome hand will say, "Yenya gas and to." That shows the fundamentals were very, very, very weak. Me man fatuo, and there dollar is 16. Yenya fuel could be an saline. That shows the fundamentals nearby. No, ba umiane na do almost share amende. Yehu high kakra. That's the difference, no. What I say? The fundamentals na NPP no e magana ejina enunti nende yen saline even $1.16 yen saline say ye to gas. The fundamentals no because and the air strong inti enunti na even with the exchange rate of 16 no and you see over 100 hospitals that the fundamentals are strong. Fundamentals at 4. I was saying a year. A quite no me come say. As we say, and Muhammad to me see fundamentals at 4. And then we say this in Libya, Obina no about what to be me and sample. We will see many more. Okay, so many more can 2 and 3 can can be. And then I can sit here and mention over 40 hospitals, but I can't show in your arms. You can near see because fundamentals now about women and national channel. Amma I am stronger than before. And it's even at $16 at 16 for exchange rates, you know. And the Ghana, Sebi, and Yama ancestor. Yankanya is so for the past 8 years. Yes, a few problems be, but can you do by 2 months? Fundamentals were strong $1 at 4. A balance in a doom for 4 years. What do you want to say? It tells you say the fundamentals today no is better than then. And you also say, and no any stronger. Say dollar who can't pay a bell was so pursue. What I say? Here, by the time Muhammad was leaving office, you know, now Osha said that inflation echo be beer kunia. I just say be beer echo through. Inflation would have gone up. And Muhammad was so by now. We covered the buyer and come say and can dollar a ton of bear 80 cities. I'm telling you. Marjorie. Among 40 more gonna head say by 2020 year election na exchange rates any issue obi anfa kasem obi anfa campaign because now I so stable say you refi and people anfa kasem ko you refi so stable because any point is stable obi anfa kasem bi anamwa abe you find for granted abe normal adese normal anfa kasem until COVID by ya ebe wo so man you so we are senior answer na your exchange rate as I say ekoso. The same trend applies everywhere in the world baby. UK inflation as of today and namso 40-year high, America 40-year high, Germany 40-year high, France 40-year high. But because in shaya baumiani na nado adeshe honti amma despite the we are senior ya hu high kakra anado ka say yenim sadia se economy hu ka ye befa akwan so ahyehye ne biem na emo nipa wudi a yentumi san nya ne biem eno to say me yusu sika e dia bogana ho ban time na COVID buy no na yenim say achewu o say economy kan be hyehye because we knew say sika ebe spend e ma Ghana fo nya nkwa no ye wia ba we knew that onim to kasa no and clearly what he said so ebe mu ampa but and there nkakra no economy no ye sign ahihye emende dia wo hia Ghana bia won saka